big news today, and here it is. What a great graphic there.
That wasn't mine. I used the Carlton one. And then I put over. I'm like, I didn't have enough time for that stuff, man.
I was thinking, no way you did that, bro.
I can do that, but I can't.
You need time. People don't get it. Like,
what do you think? It takes 3 seconds to do.
Mate, to do that will probably take, I don't know.
It is an
hour.
He's really good. The graphics designer at Carlton. I'll give him that. I think he's a young kid as well.
Yeah.
Well, there's all of his accolades.
So what are his accolades? I can't read that far.
Do you want me to tell you his accolades?
Yeah, tell it. We might as well.
Give me a sec.
What he played?
179 games, 166 for Carlton, which will be 167. I can see that, but I can't. 13 for Brisbane, 28 goals. He was the co-captain, 2019 to 2021. The John Nichols medal in 2016, also All-Australian team 2017. I think that's when he played off halfback. He won the David Parker medal 2017, 2022.
Yep.
And then he won the Jim Steins Leadership Award, and he was under 22 as well team. So
congratulations, man. And I know, look, I think a lot of people all year have been saying, you know, he's got to retire. I think the game just went past him. You know what I mean? It immediately went past him. He hadn't played for, you know, he's missed out 3 years.
It's a long time.
Like missed out play. Like that play, I mean, you don't get that consistency. So when we're saying he should retire, it's for the benefit of the side. I believe that the club did him a disservice.
Yeah.
They should have retired him a little bit earlier. But in saying all that, I said this today in the chat to you guys, I think it's one of the greatest comebacks by a player to play some more AFL football. Think about it. People have come back from ACLs, 2 ACLs. He came back from 3. Was it 3 ACLs?
2 bouts of cancer.
And 2 bouts of cancer to come back and be in our best 22, right?
That's wild.
Mate, that could easily be one of the greatest comebacks. And I said this about Kenny Hunter. He once told me that his greatest achievement was not his 3 grand finals, was when he made it back to the senior side, I think in 89 or 90, after being, you know, like out of form, injured and depression, now we find out. His greatest achievement was to make it back to footy and play those last 6 games. And this is the same with Doc, man. So we love Doc, and
well done. True warrior. True warrior. Dylan.
Yeah,
he was good.
You've seen him you've seen him all his career, man.
That goal against Richmond when he came back, that was like one of the best moments.
That was actually like
in football.
Pulled the heartstrings.
He came back too.
Yeah. It was the
first time we beat Richmond in fucking years.
How many? I think it was like 4 or 5 years or something like that. Yeah.
No, it's kind of like the switch. Even though the shit.
Yeah, no. Great Mars.
No, I think he's been a true warrior of the team. He embodied what.
That's a good word. Warrior. He's been a warrior.
I think he embodied what the Carlton spirit is, what it means to be Carlton as well. So, no, I commend him. I commend him for going through what he had to go through as well. It must have been tough. No one will know. Only him and his family will know. And the people that are truly close to him as well. So, I'll be there. I'll be clapping him off. I know that I said, you know, at the end of the year, he should have retired last year, and this year he should have retired early. Yeah. Just for the, you know, you don't want to see a champion of your club go out, you know, going on the way down, and then, you know, I know that he's the ultimate 100%. Warrior and wants to compete until that last, you know, final siren, that last whistle. But I'm glad that he called it, because I'm pretty sure he wanted to call it mid-year as well. A bit earlier, so, and he said it even in his interview, his retirement speech, that he wanted to retire, you know, pretty early on. He knew this year was it.
Yeah, he knew, and look, and I think they asked him, you know, to do a bit more for, you know, play a few more games and that. I reckon they've asked him, and knowing Doc, I don't know him, but what I think I know of him, he would never have said no. And he would have gone out there and gave it his all, you know, and
surprised he didn't do it in a Carlton home game.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm surprised it wasn't last week.
You know, in the last few weeks, I've been a bit surprised at selections and that. They've kind of done a few things. I don't know what's going on. You know, you get the Acres, you're playing the kids, and now Doc's. Like, don't get me wrong. I reckon the club have said to him, listen, we're going to be playing kids or whatever they just said to him. You know, if they had said to him, play to the end of the year, he would have played to the end of the year.
Do you reckon they've moved him on, or he's just moved himself on? This is his last game.
That's what I reckon. Because why this week? It's so random, isn't it?
I think the finals are out of the question.
Yeah, I know, but why not play at the end of the
Finals are
year?
out of the question.
Why this week?
If you've already played this long, why wouldn't you play until the end of the year?
I personally believe the club have had a word to him.
I'm surprised it's not a. I'm surprised Carlton haven't let him go out at a Carlton home game.
When's our next home game?
Oh, 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks after Freo, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't. It's against.
But then
not
if you're going to
Essendon.
go to them, just go to the end of the year.
I'm just surprised, and that's a great business. It's a great business opportunity for them.
And then you
more
can do
money, more bums on
the
seats.
whole entertainment you can do.
I was just surprised. You know, I looked at him.
If they pushed it, if they've pushed him out,
you know what?
now,
If he's done it on his own accord, good on him. I think he has, but I mean, like, if it's just this week.
What about the club's done it? I reckon good on the club.
Both.
Well, yeah.
If this is the best thing for Carlton, I reckon good on the club. Because we've been asking for, you know what, do what's right. I don't care if you're on 299 games. You're not playing that last game if we don't need you, you know what I mean? Like, I think if the club's done that, it's a good thing. Look, I reckon it was you know what? I think it was a mutual agreement. I'm going to leave it at that.
Mutual agreement.
Morris, thank you for the $8. Again, unnecessary. Why isn't Docherty getting a farewell game in rounds 22 and 23 as they are our home games? It also takes away from waitering 200 games.
Yeah,
I think it's a kind of a whole thing together now.
Yeah, and it's... Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, it doesn't
Either
matter.
way, even if he was going to retire, like now, end of the year, it was going to be this year.
Anyway, I think we all knew the writing was on the wall. He knew himself.
Yeah.
Everyone knew.
So, yeah. But now my questions go to how quick it can be taken away from you. I mean, he'd probably been dogged maybe another 100 games in his career. Let's say minimum 80 to 100 games, through injuries and, the cancer
100%.
as well. And, and then you go to the comments at the start of the year and then you just go, well, I'd be showing this to old mate Harry Mackay now. Yeah. And say, are you sure you're in no rush? Because it can be taken away from you like that.
And it can. You just don't know. An injury, anything could just finish your career straight away. You don't know what's going to happen. And when you talk to the older players, they all say when they were ready to retire, it went like that.
Yeah.
But when you talk, I suppose if you're telling that to a young kid like a Moyer or something, right? They'll be going, shut up, I've got ages to go. And the next thing you know, they're giving you a farewell game, you know?
Yeah. You're not thinking like that because you have to start your career. You're not even thinking like that halfway through your career.
No, I agree.
Probably not even Pendlebury's thinking about that right now too, you know what I mean? You can go for 500 games.
100%.
400 games that he's on, you know what I mean? Or he can be at, one game.
Yeah, 100%.
So you don't know when it's going to be over. So it's just like, Pickett, Marlon Pickett.
Yep.
He comes into a grand final first game and, it could have been his last game.
Yeah.
But, you kind of always got to be in a rush in an elite sport environment. I always think you got to be ready to win from the word go.
Because you got to take that opportunity when it's there because you don't know what's going to happen. And that came in 2023 when everyone said, "What you looking onto there?"
It's funny. Sorry.
Yeah, she'll just stare at you.
Yeah, I know.
Well, 2023, you go, "Oh, that was a great effort," but that could be your only opportunity to make a grand final.
Well, that was.
Well, at the moment, but these players might have another one.
No, I'm saying for Docherty that was.
For Docherty, that was the last opportunity.
Yeah. Like he said it in his speech. Like, sorry, he couldn't basically to win the ultimate.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course, man. So, but
well done to him.
Yeah, fantastic, man. He's been a great warrior, man. So it'll be good to see him this week. Will they? I know we'll get onto this later. Will they do it for him? I don't believe in these things.
They want to, but can they?
Shelby, get over there. Shelby, over here.
Yeah, we'll
over there.
Leave her.
No, because she's in my fucking way. Over there. Sit over there.
For the Spotify listeners, if you don't know already, there is a dog in the room.
There is a dog in here. And that's it. So
it's Stephen May.
No, she's better than Stephen May.
Yeah. We'll talk about that too.
Oh, fucking Frankie Evans.
Frango.
Well, we'll talk about Frankie Evans too. We might as well. I want to talk to him about him a bit later. But no, we'll talk about him. Look, at the end of the day, He's limited, Frankie Evans, right?
Yeah, we know.
We've got him. He's that footballer. He's never going to
We've
be.
got him for as much as this whole Biakti.
That costs more.
That's it. 100%.
That costs more.
100%.
That costs more. But what he's shown in that dog of an act by May, and I don't care what anyone says.
Nah, he's got the reputation.
It's
He's
a
a
dog of an act,
scumbag.
and I've heard people say he shouldn't get reported, and that is bullshit.
He knows what he's doing.
Do you think if it was anyone else, another player like replacing Stephen May that did it, do you think everyone would still be going crazy?
Yeah, because I think he knew exactly
knew
what he
what
was
he was
doing.
His shoulder
Stephen
was
May.
lifted. I don't care what anyone
What about
says.
like
You know you
Tristan
can-
Jerry?
I
You know
know
Jerry
you
was
can
going.
tackle.
I'm on the wall.
Yeah,
You know you can
You don't have to
tackle.
go right through him and break his
But he went
face
past
open.
the footy. That was my whole point. Is that he just looked at the bloke. He didn't care about the football.
He knew he
saw a person there and he wanted to maim
He
him.
knew he wasn't
That's
going
it.
to get to him, and the thing was, you could see him. He's gone in. What does it? What is that?
Why are you
That's-
tucking?
Yeah.
No, but you can see as he comes out of the contest, you can see his shoulders up like this,
I
and it
know,
comes
he's
down.
got him.
He's a scumbag.
What do you think about what Cripps said then?
What did Cripps say?
on the
He defended
podcast?
Stephen
Yeah.
May and said
Of course he is.
Of
But
course he
Cripps
is. They're
defends
all mates.
everyone.
Yeah.
They're not going to talk bad about another
But what about
player.
no one going up to him and getting into him?
Well, that would have been my question.
Come on, man. I would have
that's
went and
bad.
I would have went and got him
That's
and
a-
punched his head in.
Like 20 seconds after it happened, that's the first thing I said. I said, where is everyone?
Like the right
How
side.
long did I go for? I went for legit 3.5 minutes. I went in for it. I went for blood. Because you know what? When I saw it live, and as soon as I saw it, I went in. On Stephen May. You're a dog. You're this. I said, you're a fucking dog. That's what I said. Because he is. I know what he was
You
thinking
said
in his brain.
You never look, and I'm sure you're going to talk about the incident, right? But Mars went off for about 10 minutes. Like the game was going on, and he just kept. He said a lot to May that if the poor bloke heard it, I think he'd be going and bloody. He'd go into one of those.
I'd say to his face. I would have ran.
He's a
I would
dog.
have ran genuinely from full back and gave him.
What
one.
I didn't like was
No one
We
went
never
up to
do,
him
though. We
ever.
never do.
Who was on the one that went up? Charlie Turner a
Fogarty
little
went
bit.
like that, and then Cripps kind of hugged him.
No, Fogarty was going to go at him, but
And
then
then-
Cripps
and then, like,
separated
Sat
him.
him down.
Hey, that's
Someone cave his head in.
bro. That's when I. But it's not even that. Just go in there. What happened with Chips?
Wrestle on the ground, do
But
the
what happened
wrestle.
with the jumper punch?
that
What about
was-
Cherry?
hey, if that
What about
was-
Cherry?
I know.
The week before, when he got Glassjaw Sparrow.
Yep.
And he was going for the footy, but he didn't mean to go for his
It
head.
doesn't matter.
But then they all went in. Gorn went in on him. Everyone went in on him.
You got to do
May
that.
went in on him. I would have went in on Stephen May.
Even
He's
if-
got the repertoire, and I don't care what anyone
Why?
says. He meant it
Why don't we do that?
because we don't have the balls. We don't have the.
We got no one leading that
Yeah,
way.
but they were all punching on for no good reason for the past 3 weeks.
That's all show.
But what then when you have to punch on or when you have to go and get into someone that don't do it?
You know what I believe? I truly believe, and I've said this, they don't like each other. The team doesn't like each other. Because I'm telling you, if they loved each other, you'd be straight in. You'd be straight.
I mean, how long did I say
then-
that? There's no brotherhood.
There's
there.
no brotherhood.
They don't love each other.
They might say they're a team,
Cap.
but they're not, because anyone else would... Look at the other scumbag teams.
Yeah.
That I won't mention.
Yeah.
If you touch one of their players,
They're
they're
on top of
into
you.
you.
Oh, they're smashing.
And
it.
anybody says like, oh, there's going. I don't give a shit, bro. The bloke had his nose broke, he split open.
It doesn't matter if
I don't
it was
know
an
if you lost a
accident.
tooth or whatever. You're in.
Even if it isn't actually, you still
And
smash
the
it.
thing
That's
is
what-
that it's
exactly.
happened all year, and I said it before the last week and the week before. It's happened all year to a player. Nick Haynes copped it, no one did anything. Ollie Hollands copped it, no one did anything. Chera copped it from Durham, no one did anything. Maynard, he V-lined, I think it was Ollie Hollands or whatever. Nothing happened to Maynard. They sit and watch. They're like their coach. They sit and watch. They're like cucks. They sit in the cuck. They sit in the cuck chair and they just watch us get pumped. That's all. We just watch that team. They get pumped. I don't care what anyone says. That was a dog act. He knew what he was
If
doing.
you don't have that, you're never going to win anything.
Nah, you got.
You have to.
You're never going to win anything.
I couldn't believe no one went in.
If that was Dacos,
Oh, mate,
Yeah,
every- all in brawl.
Maynard would have killed him.
oh yeah,
All in brawl.
He would have buried his head into the thing. He would have got 6 weeks.
All in
100%.
brawl. All in brawl.
That's funny.
No, I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. He knows what he's doing. he's got that. It's in his mind that
Right,
when
he
he
was-
sees a player 50-50 ball, he's going into crunch you. He wants to maim you. How many times has he done it?
And that's fair enough. And that's fair enough. And
Well, that's the war, isn't it?
and we've always said we want those players in our team.
That's the battle within the war.
I understand that, and
I
that's
agree.
great. But
From our end.
from our end, I know that's the player you want, but from our end, you have to protect your brothers.
Imagine
mate.
David Reece-Jones there.
Mate,
I would've
well, he
drilled him.
said it on. He said it on the thing. He said it on Blue Sunday. He goes, "That would never have happened.
No.
That would
Like the
never have
act
happened."
would have happened, then what happened after?
He would've
Forget
drilled
it.
him.
Forget it. Jumpers ripped open, people splayed everywhere. But yeah, I just think it was a dog act, and no one went up to that. That's what
I
I
know.
was most disappointed with, is that no one went in for him.
And I know Andy's here from. Make sure you watch the Monday Blues. He says there was two players going for the ball. If he shirks, it's up for you, and that's true. I completely agree with you. They cannot shirk.
Yeah,
May has to go.
Correct.
They both have to
Correct.
go. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about our players. Doesn't matter if it was an accident.
Not
You have to
remonstrating.
go in, mate.
Yeah.
You have to go in, and especially those smaller players.
It's a non-negotiable.
They have to know that you've got their back, mate.
I commend Frankie Evans for going full-blooded too.
Oh yeah,
He's actually getting a bit of respect for it.
that was no fear.
Give him another
Nah,
year.
because
I'm telling you,
he
man.
just
I
had
like
eyes
that.
for the footy.
I
Eyes
like
for the
that.
footy. He didn't know what was coming. So yeah, no. Look, I commend Frankie Evans. His leaders around him could have done better. But yeah, other than that, yeah,
Can
May's
you
a
read
dog.
this super chat?
I don't care what anyone says. May's a dog.